there, my crypto bit brothers and sisters. This year's old Papa Ron, and we got a new young. Oh, I know I'm not Papa Ron. I'm Bulldog Ron. That's young Papa Ron.
You show your age about every day.
What? What? There's nothing wrong with me. Boy, did I screw up. I had a brain fart, man. Sometimes I don't even remember my name. I go, what's your name? I go,
Well, folks, Bitcoin's already on its way back up, it looks like. Today's the day after the aftermath, and it's been up and down a little bit today, but I think it's over 10 grand again right now. And Rod, of course, said it would.
Yeah.
So things are all right there, but let's get into today's news.
Yes, let's do it. Look at all the freaking exchanges that were closed down for a while. They just wanted to make all that extra money.
Well, remember on yesterday's video, we kind of talked about Coinbase shutting down, which kind of frustrates me. It seems like there's any kind of tremor, and they don't want to lose money, so it's easier just to cut everybody off. But according to the articles, it's saying really the massive movement of coin up and down, buying and selling, caused the majority of the big ones to shut down. We have Coinbase.
Well, they're getting a big bottleneck,
Well, sure, so, I could understand the servers and everything becoming overloaded. Yeah, and that's a legitimate thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. But Coinbase, GDAX, Gemini, Bitstamp, Kraken, Bitfinex, all the big boys were down, and it kind of goes back to what Rod and I have said before.
That's right.
Get multiple exchanges approved for you so you can move coin around if you need to. Now, true, all these big ones were shut down, but there's plenty of small ones that you can move Bitcoin on.
And what do we got? And what do we got besides these big ones?
Cryptopia is real legitimate. I use Cryptopia quite a bit. There's Nova, there's Coins Exchange, there's Pollinex.
Pollinex, yeah. There's a lot of them you can get into.
Beyond, yeah.
And just like you said, man, when you're in the crypto world, you have to have multiple exchanges. And it takes so dang long to get on them, so you might as well just start on one and just keep going on down the line.
No, that's right. Because when there's a new coin that comes out, and if I'm interested in it, or Rod, it's not going to be on the major exchanges. It's going to be on some off group like Cryptopia or something. So it's just go ahead and get approved. It's not costing you anything. Write down your password somewhere safe and your passphrases and stuff, and at least you're ready to go when you need it.
That's right.
Anyway, that's our philosophy. It's just something to think about.
That's a good philosophy, folks. Ron. That's a good philosophy.
That's a good one. Good.
Tell them about it. Tell them about it.
And then Coinbase and the IRS are the judge that was overseeing this case, and those that aren't familiar with it, the IRS has been trying to get into Coinbase's records to but to see records on individual people, and Coinbase just told them to take a flying leap. So then they came back and said, hey, just show us the people between 2013 and 15 that used over $20,000.
Again, and they still said take a flying leap.
Yeah, gave them the middle finger. So they went to the courts, and the judge finally gave them permission yesterday or today, that they can go in and look at those records between 13 and 15, anybody over 20,000. And the reason being is that at that time there was like 900,000 customers of Bitcoin or Coinbase, and only, what was it, 900 or something?
Yeah, 900. 8 to 900 taxpayers reported gains related to Bitcoin.
Gains or losses.
That's right.
So they said, hey, somebody's not reporting something. Anyway, so at least the judge has given the approval. I guess our point on this, folks, is if you're playing dirty or trying to hide something, you might want to start thinking about becoming legit, because they will be coming sooner or later. That's
right. Well, we don't have to worry about that, Ron, because we didn't start till 2017.
and we haven't, yeah. Here we
go.
I
haven't cashed anything in yet either.
Yeah. You're safe so far, I guess.
Yeah.
White House says Homeland Security advisor is keeping an eye on Bitcoin.
Look at that face, will you? She is sad.
I kind of like her though. I don't know if you watch her much, right? And I don't watch her all the time,
I do.
But she don't put up with those.
She looks sad. She looks sad.
She just don't take no crap. I mean, those newscasters and newsmen try to give her grief all the time, and she puts them in their place. I like it. Anyway, what this is kind of saying, and Rod and I had a discussion before we got on here about this one article. What is Homeland Security's position? What are they supposed to be taking care of? Now, I thought that they were
anti-terrorism. That's what I thought.
Well, I thought they were out there, anti-terrorism, to gather the intel, the information. They gather all this information and decipher it and see what's going on. But if they're
to the FBI, if it's here in the United States, or CIA if it's overseas,
So if it's intel gathering information, maybe they have the right to gather information on crypto. At first, when I first read it, I thought this is a little out of their league, a little out of their, whatever you call it, their portfolio, their description, their job description. There we go.
Realm of their job.
Just when I read that title, I thought, well, why's Homeland got to keep an eye on this? Anyway, interesting article. We threw it up there. And then this one kind of jumped at us too. And then we'll get into the theme of tonight. The Nasdaq gave a huge stamp of approval. They're going to put crypto on their futures launch next year.
How about that? Hey, Ron, we joined pork bellies, man, on the futures. Wow, that's exciting.
Well, you're right. They have futures on everything. Everybody's betting on everybody's price and everybody's time, and again, I can see both sides of the coin on this. I mean, there's probably some positive. It's going to bring more mainstream into it and more awareness.
It's a Metcalf's law.
Yeah, but if they... And I don't think they're really going to affect the actual price of Bitcoin unless they really get some serious money in there, which they just might.
If they get the serious money in there, all it's going to do is drive it up. Because no matter what you do with Bitcoin, they're not going to make any more. It's not like the dollar bill or oil or pork bellies or wheat and all that stuff that they do. Sometimes they have a bumpy year, sometimes they don't. At least with this stuff, it's going to go up, and all it's going to do is go up. So we better ride the wave.
But have you ever thought about that, Rod? And I have thought about this several times.
I have too.
There's 20. You already know what I'm going to say. Okay, there's 21 million coins, 16 million something in circulation. Uh-huh. And are you telling me there's still new coins well, I know there's new coins all the time coming into it, but as many transactions as that are taking place, I'm wondering if some of these exchanges are kind of fishy on this stuff. Is there really the amount of coin available that people buy or sell every day? I mean, I don't know.
Well, the only way you can buy Bitcoin is if somebody sells it. It's going to get to the point.
Okay, so then sooner or later, an exchange might say...
Yeah, but just like Zimbabwe, their exchange is up to $14,000 a Bitcoin. And yet the mainstream is at 10 right now. But theirs is still 14 because they want to put the money in it. Now, so if we get to the point to where our people are buying everything, all they want to do is buy Bitcoin, well, guess what? It's going to go up.
Well, not just up. Sooner or later, somebody's got to say, sorry, we're out of inventory. That's my point.
I don't think that'll happen.
You don't think ever will max out at 16 million coins?
Well, no, I don't. Because somebody will always want to sell and somebody will always want to buy. Because, people still use it for speculation.
Okay, well, maybe you're right then. And maybe my thinking isn't on course, but you got Coinbase opening a new exchange, and they're saying the minimum buy-in's 10 mil. And let's say they get 1,000 people investing in it. I mean, that's gonna drop a lot of Bitcoin off the market, I would think. again,
you're right. You're right. It'll drop it off. It makes it more valuable, and then they'll sell it piecemeal and get more from it.
Maybe you're right. I guess until I see somebody say, "Sorry, we're out," I won't worry about it. It's all been sold, baby. There's none available.
Guess what? We can always go to Ethereum. It'll make that price go up then. See,
we're offering rain checks on Bitcoin, but we do have Litecoin for sale. I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm no economist, but
we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah.
Folks, the Federal Reserve confirms that U.S. Central Bank is thinking about their own digital currency.
Uh-oh.
And as the thumbnail says, they just don't get it. The whole purpose of this is to be decentralized, to get away from these dang banks and their rules and regulations and everything they want to put on top of it about what we can spend our money on and how much we can spend and how much we can send and how it's just they don't get it.
Okay, time out.
Okay.
That they may have gotten it already. See, all they'd have to do is do like China. Say, okay, we're going to ban Bitcoin. We're going to ban all the other altcoins. The only one you can spend in the United States is the United States Bitcoin.
Now that could be, and Russia's doing their own cryptocurrency,
and
not
then
crypto.
If they do that, then what we'll have to do is to get a foreign IP address and buy Bitcoin overseas from somebody else. Just like the Chinese do, see?
Well, I see how you can get around it, but I guess where they think that the whole crux of this is just a digital currency to get off of cash, that's not the purpose of why people are flocking in. Well, they're flocking in to make money too, but it's the decentralization is what this is all about. It's to get away from these dang governments controlling our money.
But they want to control it. That's the thing, Ron.
No, I get where they're coming from. But do they think that all of a sudden we're all going to drop Bitcoin and run onto the Fed's coin because it's so much, because it's backed by the FDIC or something?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, that's the way they think.
They do, but they're not going to get us coaxed over to them, is my point.
No.
We're going to give them the old flying finger ourselves, man.
I'm playing the devil's advocate here. Come on.
I know you are. But, yeah, I don't know. Replacing cash with crypto. Now, here's another thought. Well, let me put onto this. Here's another thought on the article. Replacing cash with crypto, and maybe they finally see their opportunity to get rid of our fiat currency, our cash, and go to a pure digital system of Visas, debit cards, and crypto. I don't know. But we've talked in shows past that if you get rid of your cash, you've lost your freedom. They control you at that point. Not that they don't control you now, but God, if everything is hinged on a bank account that they can flick a switch on or off or tax at any time or penalize you because you jaywalked.
It'd be easier for them to follow the paper trail.
Well, yeah, they not only control you, they know everything you're doing too.
Absolutely.
So, I don't know. I just disturbed me when I saw this that... like I say, I don't know the whole premise. Rod, there's even articles out there that says this Satoshi Nakamoto and this whole blockchain and Bitcoin is all part of the establishment anyway, and that and whether that's true or not,
I've heard that.
I've read both sides. So anyway, it
seems like though the Bitcoin and the altcoins are more decentralized and some of them are even more decentralized than other ones that I have noticed.
No, you're right. And some of them have pure anonymous platforms. They can't trace anything or who you are. And I think that's going to be more of a wave of the future next year.
I think it'll come more and more. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, as more people want to pry into our business, you always want to get more secure.
Well, you want to have privacy. You shouldn't have to. I want to pay taxes. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think the government should be coming there banging out your door saying you owe this much, you owe that much, like I've had in years past being in business for myself. I hated that. Absolutely hated it.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and it goes back to the point we just made. If it's all digital and they feel you owe, they'll just take it and turn the off switch until you pay your. That's what I'm saying. They control you at that point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they sure do.
I think some of these platforms are going to be good as they come about, and I think we're going to see a whole evolution of change, and we're excited. It's exciting times, Rod.
We do live in exciting times.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's the best of all times right now.
So,
You know, being my age, we look back, and I know my dad always said, "Yeah, it was the good old times back then." And then I started thinking, well, back in the early 1900s, was just horses running around New York City, you know, and the wind blowing between the building and the horses' droppings, and the horse droppings dry out. You was breathing and getting all that horse dung all over you. I was going, yeah, that was real good times.
and he can turn right around and talk about our smog and our
Yeah, that's right.
else.
That's right, man. So you know, I talk about our times being really good back in the '60s when we had the whole revolutionary thing, you know, which was stupid too. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Folks, we appreciate you tuning in.
Hey, give us a thumbs up. We love you to pound them thumbs up. Appreciate y'all very much, and God bless.